Today, we're counting down the top 10 SUVs you can buy for under $30,000.
That's assuming you avoid all options, say no to paint, and drive it off the lot before the dealer remembers to add the documentation fee. Oh, and let's not forget Uncle Sam. Gotta tip the government for the privilege of owning a car.
So yeah, technically under $30,000. Realistically, probably not.
These are the SUVs that give you the most for your money in 2025 and still leave just enough in your budget for gas, maybe.
Coming in at number 10, the 2025 Kia Sportage.
A vehicle that sounds like it was named by someone who mixed up sporty and storage, which is actually perfect because it is sporty-ish. And it does have a ton of storage, best-in-class cargo space, in fact. You could move a small apartment in this thing. And the styling? Let's just say Kia's not trying to blend in anymore. With those boomerang headlights and spaceship grille, the Sportage looks like it could either drive you to work or scan your retina and abduct you.
Under the hood, you get a 2.5-liter four-cylinder that's fine. Not fast, not slow, it just moves. But if you want a little extra punch, there's a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid too. Plus, Kia gives you one of the best warranties in the business. 10 years or 100,000 miles.
Which is generous, because if anything breaks in the next decade, it's probably going to be your back, not your Sportage.
Moving on to number 9 on our list, we have the 2025 Nissan Rogue.
Ah yes, the Rogue, a name that implies danger, rebellion, and rule breaking. But it's really more like a responsible dad in joggers who makes a mean pancake breakfast.
To be fair, it's come a long way. The 2025 Rogue has a peppy 3-cylinder turbo engine that somehow punches above its weight class. It gets up to 37 miles per gallon on the highway, which is great if you hate gas stations as much as you hate commitment. Inside, it's shockingly nice. You get a sleek touchscreen, plenty of legroom, and if you spring for the right trim, a panoramic moon roof that makes every target run feel like a space mission.
It's like Nissan asked, what if practicality was kind of cool?
And here's a little trivia. The Rogue is Nissan's best-selling vehicle in America, by far.
Turns out what Americans really want is a spaceship that hauls groceries.
At number 8, the Toyota Corolla Cross.
It's like someone said, what if a Corolla had a growth spurt and hit the gym, but still called its mom every Sunday? Basically, it's the crossover version of the world's most sensible car. You get the same reliability, the same fuel efficiency, the same, I just want something that works, energy. But now with more cargo space, higher ground clearance, and enough room in the back to haul a dog, 2 kids, or approximately 74 bags of Trader Joe's snacks.
And the price starts under $25,000, which doesn't mean much because after fees, taxes, and that annoying destination charge, you'll still be flirting with $30,000.
Despite being newish, the Corolla Cross already outsells some longtime rivals. Turns out Americans will downsize, as long as it's taller. And unlike your ex, it won't leave you stranded when things get rough. At number 7, we've got the Hyundai Tucson, which is either a compact SUV or the name of a rugged cowboy who moonlights as a barista.
Either way, the 2025 Tucson is a bestseller, and for good reason. It's roomy, sharp-looking, and comes with more standard features than some SUVs twice the price. We're talking an 8-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, lane keeping assist, and a quiet interior that makes you forget your kids are even in the back seat. Almost. Styling-wise, it leans bold. That angular front grille and hidden running lights make it look like it's cosplaying as a transformer.
The base engine's not going to win any drag races, but there's both a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid if you want more zip, and fewer fuel stops. Here's a useless tidbit for you. Tucson is one of the most misspelled car names on Google. People type in Tuscon so often, even Google's just given up. But hey, it's a solid SUV. You don't have to spell it, you just have to drive it. Sliding in at number 6, America's favorite compact SUV, the Toyota RAV4. It's like the default setting of SUVs. That's not a dig, it's a compliment. The RAV4 is insanely reliable, easy to drive, and holds its value like it's hoarding gold.
You get a 2.5-liter engine, up to 35 miles per gallon on the highway, and a cabin that feels sturdy without trying too hard to be cool.
It also has one of the best resale values in the game. If you think you're going to save a ton buying used, think again. You might as well just buy a new one. The discount's like $600 and a coffee.
And while it's not flashy, it is consistent. This is the SUV for people who floss every night, update their apps regularly, and never forget to pack snacks.
True story, RAV4 originally stood for Recreational Active Vehicle with Four-Wheel Drive, which feels like a lot of pressure for a car mostly used to haul kids to soccer practice. But hey, it's earned its spot. Toyota made a car for everyone, and turns out everyone bought it.
Now on to number 5 on our list, the Mazda CX-5.
Which is the SUV for people who secretly miss driving a sedan. Seriously, this thing handles better than most crossovers in its class. Mazda tunes their steering like they actually care, and it shows.
You get a standard 2.5-liter engine, or you could go with the turbo version if you want some real power. And the interior? It's clean, upscale, minimal, like Mazda's trying to impress your in-laws without making it obvious.
It's not the biggest, not the flashiest, but it might be the most fun to drive SUV under 30 grand. Here's a cool bit. The CX-5 is consistently Mazda's best-selling vehicle in the US. Not the Miata, not the CX-9, this one. Apparently, Zoom grows up and buys a crossover.
Rolling into number 4, the Subaru Crosstrek.
Otherwise known as the unofficial car of flannel shirts, rescue dogs, and weekend hikes you might go on. The 2025 Crosstrek got a full redesign. New platform, better ride, and a little more muscle under the hood.
You still get Subaru's famous symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus 8.7 inches of ground clearance. So yeah, it can handle trails, or just your pothole-riddled street. Inside, it's functional, no nonsense, and surprisingly comfortable. Subaru's not trying to win luxury awards. They just want your dog to be happy back there.
And get this, Subaru owners are insanely loyal. Over 70% of Crosstrek buyers stick with Subaru for their next car. That's not brand loyalty, that's a committed relationship.
So if you want something rugged, reliable, and just outdoorsy enough to make you feel like a better person, the Crosstrek is calling.
And probably inviting you to a co-op potluck. At number 3, it's none other than the Toyota RAV4 again.
Didn't we already do this?
We did, but this one's the hybrid. And it earns its own spot for one big reason. It's just better. More power, better mileage, less guilt. What's not to love?
You get 219 horsepower compared to 203 in the gas-only version and up to 41 miles per gallon in the city. That's not a typo. It's quicker off the line, smoother around town, and you stop for gas like once a month, probably when you forget which side the tank is on.
And it's still a RAV4, so you get Toyota's bulletproof reliability, a decent ride height, and enough storage to fit half of Costco. Plus, it comes standard with all-wheel drive. No upgrade required.
In fact, the only real downside is it's so good you'll never want to go back to the regular one.
The RAV4 Hybrid is like finding out your favorite sandwich, now comes with extra bacon and fewer calories.
It looks like we've made it now to number 2, which is another Subaru, this time the Subaru Outback.
Which is technically a wagon, but we all politely agree to call it an SUV so it doesn't feel self-conscious. And honestly, it earns the spot. Standard all-wheel drive, nearly 9 inches of ground clearance, and enough interior space to carry your gear, your dog, and your regrets.
You can pick from a 2.5-liter flat 4 or a turbocharged engine that actually makes merging fun. Inside, it's functional and comfy. Big touchscreen, soft materials, and that classic Subaru vibe that says, yes, I do own hiking boots, but no, I haven't used them in 6 months.
The Outback has one of the longest lifespans on the road. A huge percentage make it past 200,000 miles, which is great because people who buy these tend to hold on to them like family heirlooms.
And at number 1, the Subaru Forester.
Yes, another Subaru. That's 3 in the top 4. Either Consumer Reports really love Subaru, or Subaru's hit the sweet spot. Honestly, both. The 2025 Forester nails the sweet spot. Roomy but not bulky, efficient but not underpowered, and rugged without being obnoxious about it.
You get standard all-wheel drive, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, and excellent visibility. It's like driving around in a greenhouse.
And Subaru doesn't load it with gimmicks. It just gives you what matters: comfort, capability, and a reputation for going 200,000 miles without asking for much.
Inside, it's practical, clean, and quiet. Unless your dog's in the back barking at squirrels.
And here's a fun fact. The Forester has one of the highest owner satisfaction scores in its class. People love these things. And that's why the Forester takes the crown